Game update detected. Balance changes promised. Balance remains theoretical.
Hey guys, Maya here. So let's dive straight into it. 16 years. Honestly, it's kind of wild when you think about it. Star Trek Online is basically a teenager now. And it's still around. That's a lot of staying power for a game that people keep saying is dying every other Tuesday.
Statistically, the impending death of this platform has been predicted 412 times. It is currently more stable than the Romulan sun.
Sure, especially this J.J. Abrams universe. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. Look, we are here for the 16th anniversary, and they kicked it off with Season 35, titled Corruption. Now, I just finished playing through the new episode, Curse of Phrygia? I'm not repeating this because it's gonna be a different pronunciation every time. Anyways, we have the new episode and the new TFO, Belly of the Beast. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a mess at first. So when I talk about TFO especially, so I jump into the TFO, right? And I'm trying to actually, read the tutorial because I never played it before. And that's kind of what I do. But no, apparently we're not supposed to do that because I have 4 other people in there who just, they just started running. Just full impulse into the dark. They probably done it before. I couldn't even finish the first paragraph because we were being hunted by the Apex. It was kind of a pure chaos, but what's fun about it and that experience, it was actually fun chaos. It felt like a horror movie where actually everyone is screaming and nobody has a map or a clue what's going on. So I guess on that side, it was perfect.
It is an inefficient method of navigation. However, the biological horror aesthetic is remarkably high in fidelity.
You know what? It really is. The whole MIDAS array is just, it's gross. It kind of gives me some serious Halloween vibes, which is kind of weird for February. But honestly, I think these two, the mission and the TFO, are going to be absolute staples for the spooky season later this year. Now, when it comes to the episode, it was actually fun. It was definitely spooky. They actually gave me a jump scare. That there's this one scene, and I won't spoil it here, but yeah, it actual jump scare. They got me. I actually jumped. That might also be due to the fact that I'm a huge wuss and I really don't like horror movies, so take it with a grain of salt. Maybe the whole episode is not that scary, it's just me being the wuss. Anyways, let's move on. From what I've seen, I think the community is having a good reaction to it. It is a bold direction to the anniversary. Now let's head over to the rewards for actually finishing that mission. So when you clear the mission for the first time, you're getting the operator outfit box, which is actually what the alternate timeline Ezri, aka Ezri the operator, is wearing in this episode. It is a solid technical look. So here's the pro tip. While you're playing through the episode, keep your eyes peeled for those Chimerian pustules. Don't destroy them, analyze them, and there are 2 stages where you can find them, with 7 hidden in each stage, which makes it 14 in total. Now, for every single one you pick, you get 50 dilithium, which is 700 dilithium per run, just for doing a bit of biological cleaning. It's a nice bonus if you're grinding out for your daily refinements.
700 units of dilithium ore is a respectable compensation for interacting with infectious organic matter.
Oh, shut it, M5. Look, dilithium is dilithium. So, we also got 2 new hairstyles. I haven't tried them yet. It's the Pixie and the Shaggy. and they should be automatically unlocked in the tailor. So go check out those if your captain, I don't know, needs a new look for the party. Now let's talk about the actual 16th anniversary event. If you want the grand prize, which is the Empersa Alliance Miracle Worker Juggernaut, you need 40 points of progress. Playing the new episode or the new TFO will give you 2 points per day. There are some other returning TFOs in the list that also count for 2. If you are short on time, you can do patrols, or for some unknown reason to me, you can choose Omega Molecules Stabilization Game.
Completion of the events requires 20 days of consistent participation if one utilizes the primary mission or task force operations.
Right, so 20 days if you're doing 2-point activities. But look, I have to be real with you. I just mentioned Omega Molecule Game. Honestly, skip it. Number 1, it's freaking boring. It takes way too long. Let's be honest, the reward is not that hot. We can get the Phoenix upgrades now, and those things are way much better than anything you get from a mega game. You have to grind so many freaking molecules just to get one upgrade, where Phoenix ones are right there and are much more efficient. Future you will be grateful if you just stick to the patrols for points and leave the Omega game in the bin where it actually belongs. I wish they do something with it to make it more engaging, or maybe make a better reward or something. I don't know. Anyway, don't slack off on progress. You really want this ship. You know, I could say that it's because of that blood sacrifice mechanic, where it eats its own hull to fuel a massive anti-proton lance. It's a high risk, high reward, but let's keep it real. It's free. It's hard to beat that price, right? So let's shift gears to now the Aetherian Lockbox. I'm gonna be blunt. I do not prefer chasing ships this way. It's gambling, full stop. And the big problem, the thing that really sours the experience part, is that the ship is locked to one character.
Charging $100 or more for a single character unlock is mathematically insulting when Zen Store vessels provide account-wide access.
And that's the thing. If I spend $100 on keys to get a ship, I actually want it on my whole account. If I want, let's say, Harmony on 4 characters, I'm looking at what, $400 or $500 for a bunch of pixels, which is not good. Honestly, they really need to change that. I think players would engage with lockbox ships way more if they were account-wide, like the store ships. It's kind of a barrier that just does not need to be there. However, the stuff inside the box, besides the main prize, is a different story. You have the Aetherian Concordium weapons that use new protonic crush mechanic. It's a damage over time effect that gets stronger the more enemies you tag with it. It kind of looks cool too. You know, green at the source, shifting to blue as it travels.
The visual spectrum shift is aesthetically pleasing, although logically irrelevant to combat effectiveness.
Maybe for you, but I like pretty lights. Apparently this is a video full of confessions. I like pretty, and I am a wuss. Anyways, let's move on. Look, from what I've seen, most of the lockbox items, like the console, the kit modules, they seem to be very fun. But I always have this tip: don't gamble your Zen. Wait a week. See which ones are actually meta defining, or which ones do you want to buy, and just buy them on the exchange. Buy them with credits. Your future self will be grateful. So, all in all, it was a great entrance for the anniversary. The narrative with Ezri Dax is top tier. I genuinely love seeing the alternate version of her. And that little touch about not liking Julian Bashir, Back in the day,
Dr. Bashir was logically intrusive.
M5, he was really creepy. You know, the early DS9 Julian didn't take no for an answer. I'm glad the writers acknowledged that. It kind of makes the world feel real. Aside from some minor lag on launch day, it has been a perfect time, worthy of 16 years. Anyways, I need to get back to the MIDAS array. I have a jump scare to experience for the third time. So, until the next one, M5, if you please, full impulse and engage.
Support the organic creator, like, share and subscribe.